Let me start off this video by saying the Denver Broncos are legit. The Broncos have now got another W under their belt after beating the Commanders in overtime, which gives them a 10-2 record. Now, what I want to talk about specifically in this video is not just about the win over the Commanders, but instead what we witnessed 2 weeks ago on Sunday against the Kansas City Chiefs, which serves as the clearest indicator that says that the Broncos not only own the fourth quarter or overtime in that matter, but they own the AFC. They are built for this shit. Is that a bold statement? It could be. Is it a false statement? Not at all. And I'm tired of people saying that they're one of the worst teams with a great record they have ever seen. Only the ones that actually watch the games will know what I'm talking about when I say that they are legit. And if you haven't watched the games lately, let me put you on some game real quick. The Denver Broncos are currently 10-2. They're on a 9-game winning streak and are undefeated at home and did not lose in the entire months of both October and November. And that 9-game winning streak, well, it's unlike anything we've ever seen before. This is one of a kind. Why? Because it's the longest ever in which a team trailed in every game. They've already got an elite record that consolidates them as one of the best teams in the entire league. Now here's what you need to know. In order to prove how the Denver Broncos are the opposite of what people think they are, let me start off by saying that they were the first team to beat the defending champs Philadelphia Eagles after overcoming a 14-point fourth quarter deficit as they scored 18 consecutive points. Not only that, but they also beat the NFL Golden Child Chiefs after a game that just proves that the refs really are on Mahomes' side. My god, what even was that call? It's like if you want to prove that you are the best team in the AFC West, you have to be able to beat the Kansas City Chiefs. And they did. Not to mention the historic and one of the craziest fourth quarter comebacks we've ever seen before. 33 points in the fourth quarter, which is the most points scored in the fourth by any team shut out in the first 3 quarters in history. The Broncos have only lost 2 games by a combined 4 points. One against the Chargers, which, fair, they won, and another against the Colts, where they called a rare leverage foul, which does not happen often, so thank you, refs. But really just let that sink in. 2 losses with a combined 4 points. Most teams just lose by 7 or even more points, so... And mind you, everyone was ready to call the Broncos frauds before they even went up against the Chiefs. And right after they won, people were trying to discredit the Broncos by saying the Chiefs are washed and their dynasty has ended, which to a certain point, it has. But why was no one talking about the Colts blowing their lead against them and losing? That doesn't make any sense. I want to hear the same amount of talk for the Colts as they do for the Broncos because of that Kansas City matchup. And this man, Nick Wright, like... How do you even have a platform as of today? I don't get it. And I don't care if people have anything to say about the Broncos going up against teams like the Giants or Jets or how they say they barely won. I don't care. They won. You know what a fraudulent team would have done in a situation against those teams? Lose against them. It's literally common sense. That's what a fraudulent team would do. Lose. How are you gonna talk trash about a team winning a matchup? Doesn't matter if they barely won, they won. It doesn't matter how you win. That's how it works. Win as many games as you can, you'll get placed in a good position and show off what you're all about in the postseason. It's a matter of time for the Broncos to show off what they're actually capable of doing in the playoffs. You want something to hate on as equally as the Broncos? Look at the Patriots. Lost by 7 against the Raiders. Couldn't be Denver. They have gone up against 8 teams below 500 and the Carolina Panthers. Not to mention they still have 3 games in their schedule to face the Giants, Jets, and Dolphins. So go ahead, I want y'all to talk as much about the Patriots as you do with the Broncos. Drake May for MVP my ass. And it's not like the Denver Broncos are doo-doo. They have a great coaching staff and they get it rolling with Super Bowl winning coach Sean Payton, who is clearly orchestrating the Broncos lineup to perfection as if it was clockwork. You need to make some adjustments in order to win. Sean Payton's got you covered. You need to keep the opponent's offense on a chokehold. The Broncos defensive coordinator has got you covered. Sure, you might say that Denver's offense has nothing special about it, but it can sure as hell get the job done. And most of all, their amazing defense makes up for their offense, and They didn't even have PS2 on the field as of recently until he returned, so that just keeps up the defensive side of the Broncos. Now let's focus on the backbone of Denver's offense and their overall most essential player that has given the Broncos their well-deserved W's this season, Bo Nix. Bo Nix, whether you like it or not, has always managed to display a successful mentality in every game he plays. The Broncos always manage to survive each game they play, and yes, a big part of that is because of Bo Nix. I'm not standing here saying that their offense is all that, but everyone is trying to make Bo Nix look like trash, and we all forget he's still only a sophomore. Throughout his first 27 games, Bo Nix has already got more completions and combined touchdowns than Peyton Manning. He's already got more passing yards than Drew Brees, Josh Allen, and John Elway did in their first 27 games, and less interceptions than Elway and Manning. He is clearly headed on the right path, and people are already calling him one of the worst quarterbacks in the league. Might as well try giving the man a break, but guess he'll just keep on proving everyone wrong. Say what you want to say about the Broncos, but they have a resume that speaks for itself. They have already beaten the #1 defense, the #1 offense. They defeated last year's AFC Championship winners and the defending Super Bowl champions. They have an amazing record and an amazing defense, and you know which was the last team that had a better defense than offense that won a Super Bowl? The 2015 Denver Broncos. Coincidentally, this year's Broncos have the same record as that 2015 team. So all signs point to yes. This is a contending team with something to prove this upcoming offseason. No matter the outcome, the future is bright for the Denver Broncos. And in social media talking about Broncos ain't about this, oh Broncos ain't about that. Shut the fuck up! And about Sunday's matchup against the Commanders, I don't care if the Broncos won by 1 against them in overtime. Mariota played incredibly well as one of the best backup QBs in the league. Maybe the defense wasn't at its peak, but the offense perfectly moved the ball and made the right plays in order to win against Washington. So if you're gonna talk smack about the Broncos, I better hear you'll say the same things about the Patriots and them fake ass 8-4 Colts. Fellas, expect the best to come for the Denver Broncos for the remainder of the season. They have an elite defense that locks up any team in the league, have a bright future in Bo Nix, and are ready to go against anyone, and will no doubt put up a fight. And good luck to all the Chiefs fans trying to sleep tight as they realize that this is Bo Nix's division for the next 15 years. Y'all make me fucking sick to my stomach, fam.